I never wanted to tell you all of the terrible things that happened to me. I tried to hide the flashbacks, I tried to hide the guilt. I tried to hide the pain and the panic and the fear and the sheer terror. Inside I was scrambled and I couldn't see just what was going on around me. It was like real life horror. Just what plot does it take to hate someone so much that they get hurt very badly? And in the end, no one knew the truth. No one saw what really went on, what I was blamed for, the strange occurrences that were struck against me and filed me down to a sharp edge. I never wanted you to know. I never wanted you to hear. All the nights I laid alone, waiting in fear, blockading the door because the police was on their side. I was doing anything I could to keep these people out of my life. Just what does it take to hate someone so badly? The brutal attacks that I can't forget. I forget those who did wrong against me, but I spent months in fear of going to work. Getting on a bus or even going to a grocery store was hell on earth. My driving lessons were ruined. I was threatened and nearly attacked. That task was taken from my hands, and I had to go to a different company to actually get it done. I've had knives in my face. I've had gun pulled on my throat. I've seen things that no ordinary person would want to see. Two boys attempted to kill me. That was the day I broke. I could never forget someone's arm around my throat, and when he dropped me, I stopped breathing. My dog saved my life later on. Rest in peace, Lady Lynn. I ran for my life as I saw the yielded knife in the other's hands, and the cops tased him to the ground just in time the moment before it was too late. Even daily routines like smoking became a fear before I knew it was not normal anymore. My belongings were being used, it was for the wrong things. I was getting all the aftermath of lace attacks, and my mother was also a victim in these crimes against us. As long as she was locked in her room, there was no proof, and the dogs couldn't talk. They were taken to the neighbors during incidents and attackings. No one around me could or would or tried to stop what was happening. This was honestly horrifying. I tried reaching out to friends and was told that they couldn't believe my story. The neighborhood started heavily watching us all as the noise and the sounds that I'm sure were coming from the death trap I call a house. My house of horrors would never end, and the month between March and April I thought would never end. I lost my job due to horrible flashbacks and threats against my services where I worked time. They tried to take my dogs on three separate occasions of people that I don't even know. I have cops watching me that really didn't like me. I also had a lot of cops that were trying to protect me at the same time. You could tell it was obvious I was strung out like an elastic band between two sides. I was used in ways that I can't describe or even begin to describe to even bring to words. Some of it I doubt that I can clearly even fucking remember because of how heavily drugged and doped up that they would have had me on several occasions. I think I nearly died from fucking overdosing. My health was declining in ways that I couldn't even understand. My body and my heart felt like complete crap. I couldn't explain it. All while trying to see this girl. Well, after not talking for 5 years, we finally caught up on the bus one day, and the plot twist is that she liked me, and then got in on the plot as soon as she met the other men. Her twist was that she had me tied, and I had no idea trying to get out, going out to Toronto would be such a huge mistake. I rebought my tickets 3 times, and on the third time I decided to go right away on a Friday night in the middle of Scarborough, Toronto. I had to meet this woman. A group of gangs tried to stop me from seeing her, and a whole lot went down there too. I had to run again, and the mob was sent to pick me up and took me to my sister's house, where I became very groggy, tired, and out of it, and in the right state of mind, like I clearly wasn't. Her antics were wearing me thinner and thinner. I had to deal with staying with my uncle, who did not approve of me, and wasn't even the worst of it. Trying to get home without getting to see the woman was probably the worst part, and I had no idea inside that she was also plotting against me. With a broken heart and a wounded soul, I finally got a train back home. I couldn't see what was right in front of me. I was still fucking pursuing her for some reason at that point. Once she figured out that she could no longer hurt me, the answers gradually stopped, and she made me feel like a gaslighter every time I would bring up the situation going around me. She would pretend like she had no idea what was going on. She eventually went to jail for a few months but got out on bail. The police reassured me that she would not come near me anymore. It didn't stop. About 2 weeks of peace, and then my life would once again be at stake. Constantly forced into the hospital, somehow I found myself hating the city for what it was doing to me. They even tried to stop me from taking my medication and working out that they didn't want me to be physically strong for some reason. They said that it was because they couldn't push me around on the bus anymore and that I was getting far too big, which wasn't the case in any way, because standing 5 foot 3 tall and being a normal weight. I never wanted you to know all of the horrible things that happened to me. I've only really given a little clips into what actually happened on those days, and it would be months before I was a normal person again. Even now, 4 months later, I'm still really against and shaken up from all the ordeals that would happen. Some of it I couldn't even get into, like like there were special ops doing plotting against me. There were so many questions that are left unanswered, and it's true. I never did get answers. The police couldn't prove anything. All charges were dropped because no one cared enough about the criminally insane people in the situation. I tried as hard as I could to get back to a bit of a normal life. Like I picked up a gym routine and continued working on my arms. I tried and I tried as hard as I could, even going on prescription medications to help with the panic and the depression that was washing over me. It seemed as time went on, they were forgetting about me, and I had less of a fear to walk my dogs. To this day, there has never been any justice for any of these people involving any of the situations or the things that happened against me or my family. There's things that I can't even go into detail with. There's things that happened to me that I can't even describe to you or put words into pronunciate the savage conditions or the behavior that I was handed. The way that I was treated by these people was absolutely deplorable. So, yeah, that's the story, and I really never wanted you to know all of these horrible things. My life has been upside down for the past about 6 months, and I just wanted to go back to normal. I'm hoping to go back to work um, this upcoming Monday. They have me scheduled, so that should be good. I got a lot off my chest. That's a real life story. These events really did happen, and I just want you to know, if somebody ever says they're in trouble, they probably fucking mean it. And you should probably listen to them. But I'm all right now. These series of events happened, like I said, it happened back in March, and so nothing's really happened since. Um, it's been pretty okay. So that's my short story. Um, my name's Jaden, also known as JG Little Skip Raps. But today I decided to do a short story. So thank you to those who listen, and if you did listen the whole way through, give it a like, thumbs up. Let me know what you think. It's a really scary story. I probably should have mentioned that in the beginning. Um, so yeah, that's the end of my story, and that's all that I had to say.